everybody.
I'm Mo.
And I'm Katy, and this is The Mo and Katy Show. We're two friends from two different worlds, coming together in harmony for one podcast. We're random, ridiculous, and have been taking humor seriously since 2018.
Each week, we'll share two positive news stories, a quirky fact, today's weird holiday, a shared experience, and we may even play a game. All while punning the crap out of each other.
No, you can't say that.
Fine.
It's The Mo and Katy Show. Gratitude, humor, positivity. Hey, everybody.
I'm Mo.
And I'm Katy, and this is The Mo and Katy Show. Happy Friday, everybody.
Is it Friday again?
It's Friday.
It's like we have one every week.
I know. It's almost like we had one 7 days ago. So crazy.
I don't know if we're going to have another one in 7 days. Anyway,
this future is uncertain. But anyway, we're glad you're listening today. Happy mid-January Friday. There's still some snow on the ground in some places, so that's exciting.
Yeah, and more coming, maybe.
And more coming. More coming here on the East Coast. Don't know about the rest of it. But I know, like my sister lives in Tennessee, they had snow. She sent me pictures. She was thrilled.
What is the part that you know, that they had snow or that she lives in Tennessee?
I know all those things.
Just checking.
We're glad you chose to join us today, though. We have this isn't like, a very special episode of Blossom. It's a very special episode of the Mo and Katy Show. Sorry,
Just let me know when I have a line, because I'm just going to sit over here and look pretty. So hurry up.
we have an incredible interview to bring you today with Lori Lyford, who is if you're a barber shopper out there,
you know who Lori Lyford is.
A sweet Adeline, you know who Lori Lyford is.
She's the director of the Scottsdale Chorus in Arizona, and she's a phenomenal director, but she is just an amazing human being, and I love her perspective. So I'm excited about this podcast interview for The Blend.
Yes, absolutely.
So in that spirit, we're going to truncate things a little bit. Now, we had a working lunch yesterday, and we had a long discussion. I mean, it went through the appetizer, and we had to order a main course just so we can finish the discussion. And I thought we had left the discussion a certain way. And when we came into the sound booth this morning,
I'm like, nope.
Apparently, what I thought, and this is all I'm going to say, people, PSA, take notes. Keep minutes for all your meetings. So what we're going to do today is truncate our standard format a little bit so we can get you straight to the Lori Lyford interview, which I support, but just the way we got here was a little bit.
It was a little bit
manipulative.
Wonky. So Mo, you are going to take a moment and tell us what's going on in the world today.
Okay. Yeah, I will. I'm going to take a couple moments, too.
All right.
Actually, this is really cool because we all saw this with Barbershop. A quartet normally has 4 parts. If you're not normal, then it's probably not a quartet.
Are barbershoppers normal, though?
That's really the exactly. Question. And Barbershop is a 4-part a cappella. So I thought it'd be kind of cool to talk about one of the things that we had to do as a barbershop quartet and during the pivot, during the thing we called 2 years ago. And that was basically make an online quartet. But what was also coming out with that is people who didn't have other people to play with played with themselves.
Whoa. Let's try that again.
Okay. So much for one take. You know what? We're going to keep doing one take. So there was this kid in Liverpool. He's actually in Oxford, but he's from Liverpool. But he basically took, just like we always do, just record one part and then he recorded another part and he lays them all together. But he did 20 parts. And so he did this really nice, somber ode to classical music. And it was just kind of cool because it just made me think about, like, there's one frame of him sitting in his dorm room at Oxford and he's just recording. And it's like, it's that loneliness we all kind of felt of like, I'm going to sing a 4-part song by myself. But it's just really beautiful. And he sings like from a low bass to a high,
really nice high falsetto. It's beautiful.
Yeah. So I just thought that was cool. And I thought that was fitting for how we're doing in there. So Luca Weatherall.
There you go.
I apparently need more coffee. And over in his room in Oxford, I think that was just really cool. So we'll put the link to that video. But
absolutely.
It's 20 parts. And I'm admiring it from a computer editing standpoint, like all the stuff that happens in post. Like, why are you making that face? And and who's the cat that just walked in the background? But yeah.
20 parts and a cat.
Yeah. Wow.
So salute to all of the people who have pivoted during the times that we can't sing together. And we're getting to where we can sing together in the same room again. Yeah. So that's, if you're a musician, that's something that you probably took for granted. And I definitely don't anymore.
And if you're not a musician, you definitely took it for granted. And if you're a geologist, you took it for granted.
Nice.
Thank me.
So, Mo, in the spirit of truncating and disagreeing about how we're going to truncate, we're going straight to the quirky fact today. You're not
going to do what's going on in the world?
We're just going straight to the quirky fact. Do you not want to know what weird holiday it is today? I don't know. Maybe I do, but okay. We're going to the quirky fact.
Email me if you'd like to know what the weird holiday is today.
And since we're talking about music, we're talking about barbershop and classical music. I have a classical music quirky fact. And this is a fact about the composer.
I really don't remember this discussion at lunch yesterday.
Let's just go with it at this point.
Well, I'm going to have to.
All right. Yeah. So Beethoven, famous composer, Moonlight Sonata, Fifth Symphony, all the stuff he wrote. Did you know that Beethoven never knew how to multiply or divide?
What the hell does he need to know how to multiply or divide? It's not like he invented gravity.
So he went to a Latin school called Tirocinium. Please note my well-researched quirky fact. He was taught some math, but he never learned multiplication or division, only addition. So when he needed to multiply, for example, 62 times 50, he would write 62 down 50 times and add it all up.
Oh my gosh.
Isn't that crazy?
That's a lot of work.
So he was a brilliant musician. As many of you know, he lost his hearing later in life, but continued to compose.
What?
You didn't know that?
No, what did you say?
Did you lose your hearing?
Huh? Every time.
Every time. But he really was a brilliant musician, but didn't know how to multiply or divide. He found ways around it. So
all that's to say is we all have our strengths. We all have our skill sets. Some of us have more than others. So, yeah.
Yeah. So there's that fun quirky fact.
I can just imagine like this piece of ledger paper or stone tablet with 62 50 times. You'd be like, 1, 2, 3. Don't interrupt me. Okay, hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4. Shoot,
thinking,
hang on.
There's got to be an easier way to do this if only someone invented it.
If I only had the little professor. Why didn't he use that Siri?
Batteries in your mom's quiz whiz.
Well done.
So.
Wow.
Well, so there's
as we promised, it's been truncated.
That's right.
You're welcome.
So we're going to take you right to the interview now, our Mo and Katy show blend with renowned barbershopper, sweet Adeline, but amazing human being, Lori Lyford. So enjoy this episode of the Mo and Katy show blend.
And grab a pen and paper because there's some great quotables
That's right.
in there.
Write them down.
All right.
All right.
We're serving up a freshly brewed blend of gratitude, humor, and positivity.
Offering a fresh perspective by talking to someone who's not Mo
or Katy
on how gratitude, humor, and positivity work in their life.
It's the Mo and Katy Show Blend. We always want to talk about how we know people because we talk about how all these different lives that we lead kind of just start overlapping. So, of course, Katy and I started out as a barbershoppers. Is that a word? Yes. But
sure.
So we are with the queen of barbershoppers, Lori Lyford, the inventor of the fnert, I believe, right? Which is
a minor second.
So, I'm hearing a truck.
Major second.
A major second. Sorry.
If you guys are going to geek out over music stuff, I don't want to.
Well, major second is what you have in a seventh chord. So it's between the root and the seventh. Okay. She knows. You can come back now, Mo. We're done.
This is what happens when I don't get to resolve the final chord in For Good.
Okay. So Lori, at the end of For Good, we've got this like, it's like a 2 chord. So it's a root 2, 3, 5. She's on the 2 and she wants to resolve it so bad. And I won't let her because it's beautiful. And she's a little bitter about it. So
I'm not a little bitter about it. I'm a lot bitter about it. Anyway,
tell her it's the 9th. She'll live with that better. It's the 9th.
It's the 9.
That means nothing to me. Anyway, so our podcast, we do focus on gratitude, humor, and positivity. And we just think that there's enough divisiveness in the world and there's not enough kindness and just people doing the things that are easy. And I know you are great. I've watched you interact with the kids. I've watched you from social media, but I've also been coached by you in a quartet and coached by you in the chorus. And I know that those are very strong tenets in your own personal and professional life. So we want to focus on the intersection of gratitude, humor, and positivity. And that's why it's like, we have to talk to Lori. So
yes.
Well, thank you.
So Lori, if we can just jump in and we just want to find out in your life, in your experience, how do you find that gratitude, humor, and positivity, how do those work together in your life? What ways do you see those things showing up?
I don't know. I'm always making a joke out of something or always just we're laughing at something. And I believe and I think there's science behind it that people learn better when humor is involved, when we're laughing and the endorphins are flowing. And I don't know, it's just always kind of been part of me. And I would say gratitude has come in later for me in life to be more aware and appreciative of the things that I have, especially in light of perhaps in this last couple of years when it's been like, what are the things I don't have anymore that I had before? And what am I thankful for? And positivity has always been able to win out over, it's like some people don't think they're negative. They just think they're perceptive. And they
I like that.
They can see what the problems are, and they're all too happy to share them with you and don't really have any solutions. I think a lot of negative people don't view themselves in that light. It's only the recipients of their wisdom that get a load of that. So
hang on. I love the fact that you are talking so positively about negative people. It's like, oh no, they're not negative. They just have perspective and perceptive, and they're not just giving me their unsolicited opinions. Yes, that's awesome. Of course, I would expect nothing less from you. But do you think it's a challenge? I mean, it's a choice, yes, or do you think some people have it automatically? This gratitude. To be positive, to be grateful, to find humor in things.
I think we can definitely learn how to be better at those things. I don't think you're born one way or the other as far as seeing the bright side or the dark side or the whatever. Like even just keeping, which I have not done. I mean, I think about it, but keeping a gratitude journal or having those things be, what am I thankful for right now? And then not being shy about saying them, like telling my chorus, I know there aren't as many of us here as we might have been accustomed to, but I'm grateful that you're here. I know that there have been things that you've had to overcome to be here. There are many things pulling at your life. And if you need to be somewhere else, be 100% there. Don't worry what's going on here. But when you're here, let's try to be 100% here and really get whatever it is we're trying to accomplish. Let's get some focus on that and do that and, have fun getting better. Hey, I want to tell you something about changing a point of view coming from a director of a champion chorus. Okay. And, the last 2 times we were at international competing, we won. And so I would say that, and then the very last performance we did as a whole chorus was our outgoing in New Orleans. And so I think I could safely say that we've been firing on all cylinders and doing pretty well. Okay. And then we go into this pandemic and leadership doesn't change. But your perception can change, of what is this going on here? How am I doing this through the little Zoom and all the little squares? And anyway, we got back together with the chorus eventually, and 2/3 of us maybe are there, maybe less. And for a variety of reasons. This is not, I'm not, oh, wow, it's just for a variety of reasons, so we had about 50, 60 people there. And I told them, I said, we're not the same chorus that we were before the pandemic, and that's okay. And nobody is the same group they were before the pandemic. And here's how I choose to look at it. We can complain that a rosebush has thorns, or we can rejoice that a thornbush has roses. Ooh. And I said, with all respect, we're more like the thornbush now than we were before. And so let's rejoice every time we find a rosebud on that bush.
That's everything
so everything that we recapture, everything that we learn that's new, let's rejoice in those things. And just that really spoke to me. It spoke to the chorus.
Sure.
And like another rehearsal or two later, they did some really amazing things. And just in my notes to them, I do a recap and tell them what we're going to do the next week. And I just said, keep those bouquets of roses coming, because
that's awesome.
We're looking at a regional season, and what's that going to be like? Well, I told them even before we knew what region was going to do, I said, if we're going to have one, if we're going to have a regional convention, and we're in the lineup to compete. Okay. I said, I'd like to go. And I'd like as many of you as feel comfortable that want to go. And as long as we have 4 parts, I'm going to regional. You want to come?
Nice. Want to go? Want to join me?
I said, it's like we could take the route that says, well, we're Scottsdale. Mm-hmm. We have gold medals and stuff. And if we don't sound like Scottsdale, then we're not going to go. And I'm like, we're not going to sound like that Scottsdale maybe ever again. Who knows? Who knows what we're going to be? Right. Who knows how we're going to go forth? But let's go. Let's just keep moving. Let's figure out how to come back. Let's be part of the startup, not part of the fear. And we're gonna need to manage our expectations. The whole organization is going to manage their expectations about regionals and internationals and scores. And we've been consistently over 700 for a while. Okay. And I need to let my chorus know that we're going to have to retool, and just know that the measuring stick is the same. The judging is going to be the same. The rubric, the standards, what's an A level, what's a B plus, all those things that they study so hard to do is going to remain the same. And the people who are being measured will be coming at it from a slightly different place than they were before. We still have choruses who aren't meeting in person yet. In our region, choruses that aren't meeting in person, choruses that can only be outside, choruses that can be inside and outside, choruses that are masking, choruses that aren't masking. How's all this going to happen? We don't know how it's going to happen, but we're going to be part of it. Mm-hmm. We're going to be there, and we're going to be part of it. And I need to make sure and let my chorus know. In fact, this next week, I'm going to talk to them about, some of them are worried that I'll feel bad if we don't score as high as we used to. And I'm thinking, I hope they don't feel bad. And everybody's like, so we just need to have this meeting of the minds and say, this is a new starting place. Yeah. It's a new place. And we don't have the same balance. We don't have the same numbers. We don't have, it's just like apples to watermelons. I mean, it's not going to be the same, but we keep talking about the rosebush and how to get some more roses on it, and just be honest with ourselves. Yeah. And I tell you, talk about gratitude. I'm like super happy when we've got enough people there to get all the parts and be able to keep teaching. And we're teaching basics again,
Yeah. That's awesome.
Shake your Etch-a-Sketch over your head.
Reset. But I love that you talk about. I love that you talk about perspective, and that one of the things that Katy talks about all the time is sometimes she and I will put our problems on a lazy Susan and just spin it so we can look at the other sides of it and the right angles. And I love the visual, and I love the idea of just being able to look at something, but to keep going forward. And like you said, being part of the startup and not part of the fear. I love that. Mm-hmm. That's great. That's really cool. It's really powerful. So,
absolutely.
They're so lucky. I mean, the other thing too, is you mentioned the word leadership. And I think that is so important, because it's easy for somebody who is at the helm, or they're the director, or however they got there, or why ever they got there. But what you do with that, I'm going to say power, but I don't mean it in the bad way, but what you do with that power and that position of authority. And, I've watched some of the, like on Facebook, a couple of years ago, I remember there was a kid who was struggling, reaching out, and he had said something to you, and you just got right in there and supported him. That's what a leader does. And we don't all have to be in that director's seat to be a leader, and leaders can shine. Anybody has a chance to be a leader, and it's with that attitude. And so I love that Scottsdale has that. I love that I get to be a part of that. And I love that you're part of that organization. So I'm glad we have a leader like you, whether you're the director or just on the risers.
And recognizing that we're all feeling essentially the same thing. We're all going through the same thing, and we're making choices of what we choose on what we choose to focus. That's I knew you were
she doesn't like to dangle participles.
She always dangles participles. It's her thing. But we make a decision on where we put our focus, and that's going to change the trajectory of what we do. So that's really amazing, Lori. Thank you for sharing that perspective. That's awesome.
You're most welcome.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
One of the things that we did over Zoom too was going to breakout rooms and get to know each other better.
Yep.
And especially a larger chorus who's, we're pretty driven. We do have a lot of fun. I'm not going to tell you that it's all, chop chop. We do have a lot of fun, but getting to know each other has really helped. A few weeks ago, one of our members asked if she could speak to the chorus and shared some really personal, trying things to just say, if I'm not here a lot, I just need you to know why. And it was very, very, very vulnerable situation. And I mean, I knew about it, so I wasn't caught off guard, but a lot of the members were like, whoa. And it has come around to us that we're not singers who happen to be people, but we're people who happen to sing. And that was a big switch for me. I'm not big. I mean, that sounds insensitive, but we're people first. And by getting to know each other differently, that has really, really made a difference. And I told the chorus, I said, we really need to minister to one another. And one of my other members picked up on that and said that back to me. She said that really meant a lot to me because we can outreach to each other.
Absolutely.
That don't involve, hey, I'm going to help you learn the bridge. It might have to do with, can I bring you a meal? Can I bring your family a meal? Things that are going on. And I think that's part of what I'm talking about when I say about gratitude has filtered in more and more and more. About
like you said too, we've noticed the things that we're missing. Like we're now seeing all those voids and those gaps and able to fill them with the best we can. So
yeah,
awesome.
That's really, really good.
Awesome.
Wow, so good.
I will never take for granted again a Tuesday night rehearsal.
Oh yes,
because it's only one night a week. Yeah, it's only one night a week.
Those in-person encounters that we got to do. Yeah. And then all of a sudden we didn't get to do them for months and months and months.
I think that's really that's the blessing too. And I've said that a lot with what I do. I teach lessons privately. I said, I will never take for granted sitting and playing the piano while someone sings again. And it's simple as it is and as much as it happens, but it's like, there's just nothing like making music in the same room with people. And thank goodness we've all pivoted to Zoom, but there's just nothing like it. So makes us extremely grateful for things that we maybe took for granted before.
Yeah. Amen. That's for sure.
That's good stuff.
Cool. All right. So 2 more questions. I'll let you.
Okay. So
the least important
first question, Lori, is where can our listeners find out more about you and what you're doing? You and the chorus, if you could direct us to your website or social media places where we can follow the adventures of Lori Lyford and the chorus as well.
Just scottsdalechorus.org.
Perfect.
That's our website. And, my bio is on there and things like that.
Fantastic.
All the amazing. And it is a powerful,
and we'll link that in our show notes too, so the listeners can just click right on that.
And Katie's jealous because I got permission from the director of the Scottsdale Chorus to come watch a live rehearsal in January. I pulled some strings.
I might just hide in your suitcase. We'll see.
Okay. Here's the most important part though, Lori. I want to know your best, worst joke, or this is like the rose and the thorn bush, or the thorn and the rosebush. Yeah. But what is your worst, best joke, or your best, worst joke?
I don't know. It's a clean one that I can tell.
I'm not interested.
I know, right? Well, when you stop recording, I will tell you another one.
Yeah, baby.
This is one that I probably you've heard this one, but it's a minister and a priest and a rabbit walk into a bar, and the bartender asks the rabbit, "So what can I get you?" And the rabbit says, "I have no idea. I'm only here because of autocorrect."
I was like, a rabbit or a rabbi?
Yeah, see, that's the thing.
I love it. All right, so
Awesome.
well, let me. So the way we end our podcast is we always tell our listeners that we want them to be grateful, keep laughing, and stay positive. And so we are very, very grateful for you making us laugh and just keeping positivity in the forefront of just not everybody in Scottsdale and your chorus and your circles, but for bringing it out to us as well.
Absolutely.
So, thank you, Lori.
Thank you so much, Lori.
My pleasure. Thanks for asking.
Oh, of course.
If you made it this far, congrats.
You are part of our elite tribe of weirdos, and there aren't too many people who like us like you do.
But that's where we need your help. Rate, subscribe, follow, and share this podcast.
It's the gift that keeps on giving.
Follow us on social media and tag us in any of your Mo and Katy show interactions
Because we give you homework.
using the hashtag TMKSPod.
The Mo and Katy Show has been produced, edited, scripted, recorded, catered, directed, and engineered by Mo and Katy. Our theme song is It Is Fun by HookedSounds.com.
Here's wishing you gratitude, humor, and positivity until we see you next time.